You know, karma is the collection of energetic patterns that we have personally and collectively acquired over a millennia, over lifetimes, as an individual, as a society, as a culture. And to begin to understand and heal our relationship with karma, of course we can't heal karma, but our relationship to it, and have a positive karmic relationship with karma, it does mean that we learn and need to learn to communicate well. And we have a personal directive to take steps to stand up for ourselves and have healthy boundaries in place, of course. But never to take justice into our own hands. And that is something, I think, one of the most early spiritual lessons I remember being aware of. And I was about 3.5 years old. And I remember accidentally getting pointed at, taking the blame for something that a sibling did. We were 5 siblings at the time, standing in a line, who did the thing. And I just had this flash. I was very, very young. And I remember saying to myself in my mind, I don't need to speak up right now. I don't need to say, hey, it wasn't me. And I think I even smiled to myself because I was like, that's karma. Like, I didn't know that word, obviously, but that's going to come back to that person. It doesn't matter right now what happens. I mean, I wasn't in trouble. You know, I didn't get like punished, but I got blamed. And I remember very clearly being like, oh, this karma is going to come back to that person who's not standing up right now, who's not taking the proper blame for what they did, who's not being honest and integrity. And I feel for them. And this is totally okay because it's going to completely come around. I don't have to do anything. And I think that was one of the earliest drops of spiritual, intuitive, psychic insight that I can think of, is this sense of higher order. And there's justice in the physical and material plane, absolutely. And there's the need, as I said, to develop communication skills and to stand up for yourself and make sure that there are healthy and appropriate boundaries in place, especially for people pleasers. But never a sense of going out and initiating and making sure somebody else learns their lesson. Because on the spiritual plane, there's always, always, always balance. It's just how it is, even if it's unseen. And this is something that has landed and I have been aware of and will say coded within me for my whole life.